Welcome to the Untamed Shipyard.
The second map has started. To the left side we have the Terran player with a bit of an advantage here against the Zerg opponent. Starting for the MVP team once more is
MVPsC.
losing map number 1 to his opponent. And of course, oh, someone believes in TM.
She believes in Team MVP.
And well, to the right side of the map we have the opponent of SC. It is the Zerg player in the blue, starting for Casper's 8. It is.
And
JD.
I think that Jaedong and I right now are going through the same thing.
Why is that?
This is what I like to call the mid-length crisis, where after you get a haircut, there's a period of time where your hair is slightly too long, it's like less than ideal, but you don't want to cut it yet because if you cut it then it might be too short, and you think it still looks okay, but at the same time, you don't want to cut it yet. And you know, today my mid-length crisis was solved. I was in the makeup room and the makeup lady said, she told me this, she said, I think you need a haircut, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, I think it is time.
You know what? Don't ask me if I know what you're talking about, because honestly, I don't. For good reason.
You have your period of this is much shorter than mine.
Yeah,
I would say
it is.
But it's a real thing, man. The mid-length crisis. It's when you don't know if it's time to cut your hair or not.
I am pretty sure that this does affect him a lot.
I can just tell it by his hair. He's thinking about cutting it soon. I can tell. It's at that link. It's about that time.
Well, I guess the match at hand is a little bit more important to him. And he's actually stealing gas here. Look at that.
Yeah, he really wants to stick around, see what SC is doing. And the Commander is being placed on the low ground. This is kind of unusual, but it will mean that SC cannot as easily follow up with Hellions here.
Yeah, the double gas is of course now not possible. And he can just cancel and rebuild the extractor. It takes 3 Marines to kill it. And did he actually just finish it? No, he didn't. There it is. Cancel and starts it again. So he wants to stick around for as long as possible. And at the same time, Jaedong starting things off with his hatch first. Once again, the standard build against the Terran player. Of course, he follows suit with the spawning pool. And this time taking a lot earlier gas.
Yeah, really quick. Only 1 this time. But this does mean that he can actually follow things up with a lot of different... I mean, there's a lot of different ways to follow that up. Could be fast aggression. You may take a second gas a little bit later. And you may just pull out of gas after getting speed and take a 3rd base. All of these are possible. He showed the proclivity of being aggressive on the last game, and this is a map where, historically, Zergs have struggled to take a 4th base. He may want to end things early here.
The drone finally dies. The SCV already in position to build, the 3rd command center.
Yeah.
I was actually waiting for the factory here.
Yeah, and that's a little bit different, changing things up, but altering his build based on what he's seen now with the gas steal. Probably going to add a reactor pretty soon on his barracks for the Hellions, though. Nice save on the SCV, really nice.
And nice save on the Zergling as well, that he didn't lose both of them.
Yeah.
But at this point we have the factory a little bit delayed. The 100 gas was of course also available, and he has the reactor going at the barracks. Therefore we will see Hellions for MVPsC in this game. Jaedong with the queens that he has gets queen number 4, 3 and 4, and is spreading his creep. So the gas that he got, he uses it. No, he didn't use it at all. He didn't start mining it, did he? It's only the 1 gas that he got. Oh god. I'm sorry guys. That was like really, really stupid.
No, yeah, this happened.
I'm sorry for that.
No, this happened to me once before, actually. Yeah, it's just the gas steal. It was the gas steal that we were looking at.
Because we're looking at the gas steal, and because it's not like really gas, you kind of try to neglect it. And at the same time, you look at the production tab, and oh, he gets the gas. This is so interesting.
And actually, I actually, several times, I was like, is that a 2nd gas? I'm like, I thought it was gas for along that, but I was like, no, I must be crazy. But actually, yeah, it was just the gas steal.
Okay, now the 3rd and the 4th queen also make a lot more sense for him, but he just started to get his gas.
Yeah, gas for real now.
Yeah, this time it's gas in the main base.
Actually, it's at the natural. Don't be fooled.
Okay, sorry. Let's say just to the top right, and it's double gas.
Yeah, double gas again. Similarly to how we did it last game, this time taking the hatchery first though, and there's speed coming out, continuing to mine that gas. We'll see what he wants to follow this up with. 2 lings on the way.
It's happened to me once already. I did exactly the same mistake, and I was looking at the gas count for him, and I saw there was no gas, so I was like, okay, so he started speed, and I look at the production tab, and there's no speed. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah. This has happened to me before as well.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes I actually had this happen. I think once where the gas disappeared off the production lab and came back, and I was like, oh, he's being really indecisive. Like, I don't know if he knows what he's gonna do next here.
Well, Jaedong right now knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah. He's going for the Spine Crawler to defend against the Hellions as soon as he spotted them. Builds the double evolution chamber for his upgrades and also to block a little bit. And we have him with the Banelings at the Baneling Nest, which is really important. There is still this strategy around for Terran where you build a lot of Marines and you go without stim or without combat shield. You get a lot of the Hellions as well, and then you just attack. Not that SC is doing it right now, but if you face this, you either need a Roach Drone or you need the Baneling Nest. JD decides to this time go for the Baneling Nest instead of the Roach Drone. He will be safe, whatever comes.
And Jaedong actually will see not only the bunker, but the third base, so he knows, okay, fast third command center, you've already got that up. What will his reply be? This is a map where it's tough to take a fourth base like you could on maybe Entombed Valley. He's probably just going to tech and try to pressure that base, may commit heavily to Mutalisk, for example. Or maybe a little bit aggressive with how many investors he gets out and how quickly he tries to tech those, knowing that SC's aggressive timings are a little bit lacking here.
And this mid-game is now, of course, the important part. The circling run by here, nice, will spot not only the expansion, but also being able to take down a few of these harvesters. At least kills time for the mule.
Yeah, and this is one way of pressuring, not the way I expected it, but he just goes for the run by. No SCVs killed, nice pullback by SC.
Yeah, he only loses the time, the mining time, and of course, this affects the mules more than the SCVs itself. But well done so far by SC. Really nice reaction here.
Yeah, not a single unit lost to those lanes. Really well done.
His +1/+1 is a little bit faster, of course, than Jaedong, so we have him now finishing. Oh, nice bending detonate.
Yeah, that was a problem going up that ramp. Just a misfortunate situation. Getting another bunker safely at the natural. And the armory way late to get 2-2, so this is going to allow Jaedong to catch up in those upgrades. He's getting Baneling speed now as well, and his creep is starting to get pretty far. I mean, Jaedong, some of the best creep spread I have seen in StarCraft 2 in general, not just of the Casper players.
A big problem for him is, of course, now the fourth base that we talked about earlier. He gets the macro hatch in order to have more lava, but at the same time, this is roughly the timing where he's thinking about getting a fourth base. And we already have the drone moving to the right side of the map. And holding this fourth is what Antigua is all about. The fourth and controlling the center of the map.
Yeah, and the position he's taking the fourth at is not going to be attackable by Watchtower. It is going to be very far away. He's already got his creep over there, and this attack is going to be... He's trying to thwart it, actually. The Banelings do not connect, and so SC still has the presence here on the Watchtower.
And SC is just doing great with his micro. We've seen it in the last game. Even though he lost the map, he was still doing a very great job with targeting down Banelings and splitting his Marines. So Jaedong has to be very careful, and he has to really think about which engagements he wants to commit to and which he would rather pull back and save his units.
Yeah. Banelings still allow, though, Jaedong to hold the Watchtower. It's a little bit scary trying to go up a ramp where you don't quite have vision. And now the medevacs are here, he can do that a little bit more carefully. Scan goes off, and he will see the Spire just in time. His turrets, though, are already on the way.
Yeah, the scan was definitely just in time. At the same time, I really like that Jaedong is working on these rocks, because SC doesn't see anything. He didn't build a supply depot, which is so common at the rocks to just spot what's going on. So now the rocks are already halfway gone. I think with the medevac he was now able to spot it, but I'm not quite sure about it. To the bottom right, we have a drop. No, actually a Viking just trying to look for a few overlords.
It's like the ghost of a drop that will come later, because he's going to clean up those overlords to allow the drop path right into that fourth base. It's going to be very vulnerable, but Jaedong's creep is almost over there. He's killed the rocks at that base as well, which means he's going to be able to get in. And finally now, SC sees the rocks are under attack, he will stim and kill those lings with his Marines. The rocks, though, may go down.
A double drop is now going Jaedong's way, but one of them has already been spotted. The medevac is now being taken down. He does try to drop the Marines, but only the one dies. And at the top left, we have the second dropship, which has already been spotted by medevac number 1, and is now just flying past, sorry, not medevac, but Overlord number 1, and just flew past Overlord number 2.
And Overlord number 3 has got to be careful, because he may be taken out here. SC actually just unloads. He expects there to be a hidden fourth base up there. Turns out there's not. He can actually just pick up and go for a drop at the third. There's a Spore and a Spine set up there. Meanwhile, another drop getting spotted by Mutas, but this time he unloads and chases the Mutas away.
Yeah, SC is still playing pretty strong here, but Jaedong has his 4th up now, and so far he was able to defend it, and if this goes on, it will be bad for SC. The +2/+2 for both of these players started, nearly completed already for SC, but now he's losing a few of his reactors in the main base. Nice spot here by Jaedong.
Yeah, SC is not a reactor, actually, not even pulling his Marines immediately, and now he's reacted, stims them. He may have to stim them again to chase.
Now starting also to build the additional missile turret in order to secure his main base. I love that Jaedong is getting as an infestation pit already. He needs some infestors for the late game, and of course he also wants to transition to Hive. He's just playing great thus far, but now the drop is hitting the 4th, and this might... No, it won't be too much damage. There is already a Baneling in position. Great defense so far by the Cas +8 player.
Yeah, you know, I'm really impressed with him. I have to say, he will lose his queen over on the right side, but this attack is much more important. There's so many Banelings coming through here. He target fires the siege tanks.
There is so much now. The siege tanks being killed by the Banelings. He still has a few Marines left. Yeah. Exactly, the bunker's a problem, and he should have tried... This is always so important that you try to connect with the Banelings with the Marines, but at the same time, of course, the siege tanks have to go as well. He was also busy defending against the drops, but still, SC with a pretty good trade here and able to get ahead in overall supply.
You know, one of the big problems is he targeted the siege tanks with his lings on shift command, but he had like all of his lings on one target like that, so a lot of them wasted their DPS, weren't able to fire right away. And now SC is going to drop on the right side. That is still prevalent there. He cleans up these Banelings in the middle of the map, and Jaedong has definitely lost his hold here.
This is the timing when the Terran player starts to move out. The Zerglings rushing in now at the 3rd base, trying to kill a few of the SCVs, but Jaedong is out of luck. SC ready with his units. The Marines and the siege tanks are now in position. He has them on whole position for some reason, and actually didn't do any damage.
He killed a decent amount there. It could have been better, I think. He wants to hold position them so they don't attack the Marines.
No,
but
I mean the Marines were apparently on hold position. They didn't attack, but they were just out of the range.
Okay, that's weird. The Ling hold position did a little bit of damage, but the drop on the right side, he got the Spine Crawler and the Spore up, but it still does not save the Queen. Infestors pop out, needs a fungal, and he does. Perfectly done there.
Nice reaction here by Jaedong. The 2nd fungal hits home. There is action going on everywhere on this map. 155 supply for Jaedong, while SC is now at 165, slightly ahead of his opponent. Jaedong just completed Hive, immediately goes for Adrenal Glands, +2/+2 upgrades for both of these players, and the ultilist transition for Jaedong. Really well done so far, but still, SC is in a good position here. He has the 4th command center, he cleared the creep, can now take the middle position, and he has the high ground.
Yeah, and holding the high ground is so important. If he gets another scan off, he can clear up some more of that creep. This means Jaedong no longer has the grasp of the vision of the Watchtower, which is so important on this map, especially if you want to use Ultralisk well, because you kind of have to engage around that center focal point. He's getting the Ultralisk Cavern right now, and SC is relentless with his attacks to the right side. Going through the middle, though, is Jaedong, and he will pick off one tank, almost gets a second one.
But he doesn't kill enough. SC just trades too well for Jaedong. And it looks like Jaedong is going to fall behind here. He's already down 30 supply, and it's really tough for him to come back. Nice Baneling hits here, but the hatch is going to die nonetheless. Jaedong trying another run by now, and he gets into the base actually. SC not reacting in time.
Yeah, he will be able to block him out of the main potentially here. He does realize this. Meanwhile, a drop in the main base he can't clean it up. He doesn't have enough units. The hatchery, the 4th base falls for him.
And in the main base, a few Zerglings, they spawn and attack the Marines, but they're just too many bio units for the Terran player. He does a lot of damage here, takes the gas down, does not kill the spawning pool in time to prevent Adrenal Glands from completing though.
Yeah, that's going to be really important. 3-3 going to finish a little bit faster for SC here, who still has control of the Watchtower. The Infestor count right now is at 5. He's been able to keep most of those alive. He's got a lot of energy available on them. And he's actually going to try to sneak through with one of those Infestors right now. Meanwhile, another Zerling run by goes off, but it is spotted this time.
And +3/+3 is going to finish very, very soon for SC. He's in a great position, being 60 supply ahead of his opponent. He controls the center of the map. He has the 4 bases, and he is just dropping his opponent, moving out with the Marines, killing creep tumors, and making sure that Jaedong is not able to expand again. This is how you should play Antigua Shipyard as a Terran player. SC with very few mistakes in this game.
Yeah, just really capitalizing on everything. The 4th base is so hard for the Zerg to take, and that's exactly what SC capitalized on at the right side of the map. GG!